Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode 193 of NerdPod Generations. As always, I am one of your illustrious hosts, Steve Taylor, along with the now you know what I'm talking about, lovely Al Judson. Hello, sir.
Friends and enemies.
For those of you who are unaware, we are recording this on video to go on YouTube for the first time ever.
Fingers crossed.
So this may or may not explode in our faces.
Yeah. We're going to see.
Our faces.
Yes. Steve's face, I mean, like, you could see me if you went back into our old catalog of YouTube. But my face is not as prominently featured in our logo as yours is. So.
Yeah, you're hidden under a mask.
Yeah, so this isn't really a face reveal, but it's kind of.
But as you can see, folks,
yeah,
she did a great job. I mean, she made me look prettier than I am, but I mean, she did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
So anyways, this is technology, so we're going to give it a shot. Don't know how it's going to turn out. Could be great.
If you're listening to this on podcast, go to YouTube, and if it's not there, you know how it turned out.
Yes. And if you're looking to get to YouTube, go to nerdpodgen.com. And there is a link on the main page to our most recent episode. There's also links to YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcast. So when you go to those sites to look up our show, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get notified as soon as a new episode gets up, because I'm just saying everything we do is just pure gold, and you have to enjoy it.
We do our best. I had a thought recently.
What's that?
Regarding our name, which was, it's NerdPod Generations, and we recently had Ethan on, and that was awesome, and I loved that experience.
Yes.
I realized the mission statement for our show, 193 episodes in, is that we are generations trying to teach generations, which is to say that while we're not explicitly targeted at Zoomers, I feel like that's the demographic I want to reach the most.
Yeah.
So it's Gen X and Gen Y going to Gen Z and being like, hey, nobody's ever taught you media literacy.
Yeah, and a lot of what we are teaching this younger generation is the stuff out today is crap, and we're going to tell you about really good stuff. So listen to us, heed our warnings, heed our loves and despises, and understand that we actually kind of know what we're talking about. We do get overly passionate about things.
Oh, yeah.
Which I am excited for people to see you in a rant.
It's going to be interesting.
It is. I don't know when it's going to happen.
I'm right now. I'm expecting Brand New Day. It's going to be Brand New Day is going to be the time that I think it's either going to go up or down.
Yeah.
And or our commentary episode for episode 200, depending on what we end up watching.
Yeah. I still am just torn on what to do for that show.
I mean, like, it's tough, right? We got to figure out something that's going to piss us both off in such a way that's entertaining, but not such a way that we have to pause the movie, because I think that's going to kind of take the legs out from under it. So it has to be a happy medium.
Like, this would be the perfect situation if neither one of us had seen the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
Yeah.
That would have been, like, perfect for this.
See, like, I feel like, because when we did Morbius, I think Morbius was fun, but like, I kind of want something I know is going to piss us off. You know?
Yeah.
Like, guaranteed, because we went in there and we said, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck? And I want to take that energy. And be like, what's the thing? Because I already know. Like, the easy finger roll in is Homecoming. Like, I can get super animated talking about Homecoming almost 10 years later. And I'm still angry about things in Homecoming.
Very much so.
I'm resisting the urge to go on a tangent. But like, I want to find something that's going to be fun for the audience, and something that's not going to make us hate ourselves.
I mean, I already hate myself, so I mean that's asking a lot.
I mean, that's the thing I'm less worried about.
Yeah, that's true. See, and it's gonna be tough because I was looking at the timing of things, and part of me thought we could do by that time Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah,
but there's a chance, even though it's getting lambasted, we might not hate it.
I honestly have a little candle that I'm like trying to bring up the mountain to be like, no, it's gonna be good, and I'm at a point where I might be biased at this point. Yeah. Of like, if it might be really bad, but I might still be like, no, but.
And the thing I'm more curious about, and I was mentioning this to my buddy Billy through text before I came here, because he asked me if I was going to see it. I said probably not until it comes out on Disney+. But then I was questioning, okay, so this was supposed to be the grand return of Star Wars to the theater.
Yeah.
Why the hell would they choose this when we know they're making that Starfighter movie with Ryan Gosling?
Because
and it's
this was supposed to be. I think Disney sees this as like an opportunity for. Everybody loves Mandalorian.
They did before season 3,
but Disney doesn't acknowledge that. They still see it as an untainted property.
Yeah.
And they say, no. Everybody loves Mandalorian. It's an easy one. It's going to go so smoothly. Why would we try something that's going to be experimental when we can do something that's going to be easy? And so they're going to try and play this off. I mean, I don't know. I literally haven't seen any reviews for it. Mm-hmm. I've seen the one review I saw for it is from somebody that, like, it's not that I don't trust her opinion. It's just that she works very closely with a lot of these people, and it's in her best interest to be very flowery and forgiving of a movie rather than to be a hard journalist and say, like, listen, this wasn't great. So, I don't know. I gotta wait and see it for myself. I don't know.
If it bombs, I hope they take notice of this and understand that just the same thing with the Marvel movies. You can't just keep doing the same thing. It's obviously not working anymore.
Yeah.
You have to figure something out.
I think the big thing, and this is something that I think the NFL could really stand to hear, is ubiquity is not good in many situations.
Yes.
Which is to say, part of what made Star Wars special was the limited capacity of it.
Yes.
There was only so much Star Wars, and it only came out so often. Mm-hmm. And what is the immediate problem that Star Wars has had since Disney bought it? It's too much, too everywhere, and of middling to lesser quality.
Yep.
And so instead of having a product where, like, the first 3 came out, and I'm not going to say that they weren't all incentivized by making money. But there was like a vision for at least the first 2. I think by the 3rd one, that was about making toys and stuff. And then the prequels come out and everybody is so excited. And we're all very forgiving. The apology of The Phantom Menace went on so long because we all wanted Star Wars to be great. And then it became a commercial again. And then it went away again, and then it came back, and it's more commercial than ever. And the lesser quality and the more commercialization of it, combined with how ubiquitous it is now, is just like, I'm so bored with this. Ultimately, I'm bored with so many Star Wars things because it's so often that they're not good. They're not impressive. They're badly written. And more they decide that their own canon is not important to pay attention to. So it's just like, I don't know, it became a prize. It became like you've risen up in Disney's ranks. It's time for you to get a Star Wars. And it's like, that's not what this is, man. And it's the same with Marvel. Take a break, guys. Take a break. Do something else.
And like you're saying, I think everything is getting oversaturated, and that's always been a problem, and it has never worked in any franchise, in any industry. Like when you build too many Applebee's.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden they have to close half of them because no one wants one on every 3 quarters. The only place that seems to be able to survive that is Starbucks just because people need coffee.
Yeah.
But anytime you oversaturate the market, it never works out. And everything with this is being just bombarded. I mean, look at what happened with Star Trek.
Yeah.
I love Star Trek, but then there was just too much.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, I can't even...
And like especially
watch it anymore because it's on Paramount and CBS, and I just won't watch it.
I'm just boycotted.
I'm absolutely boycotted.
I don't even know how I'm going to watch football this year, or if I'm going to watch football this year. I really I might try listening to it on radio or something. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go. But yeah, no, it reminds me of a John Oliver piece about, of all things, Subway. But like
I remember that piece.
How like one of the things with Subway is that they don't care how many of them are around or how bad it is for business to have so many of them in a small space. It's the same concept.
Yep, because they're getting their franchise fee no matter what. And if it fails and the franchisee loses all their life savings, they don't give a shit because they got their money off of the franchise fees. Yeah. It's fucking stupid.
Anyway.
We like to start every episode, folks, with a little segment that's called What Have You Been Watching, Playing, Reading? I started last week. Would you like me to start again, or do you want to take the reins on this one?
I can take the reins on this one.
You go ahead, my friend.
All right, so one fun thing we talked last week about the National Theater app.
Yes.
One thing we watched
which I downloaded
that I really liked and I would highly recommend is Ian McKellen has a one-man show. And it is brilliant. It reminds you of just how great an actor he is.
He's phenomenal.
He's so funny. He's so charming. And it's like, yes, there's a lot of stories of like, yes, me and this time that I hung out with famous person and famous person. I went to school with famous person and famous person. And I've known Judi Dench since famous person. Blah, blah, blah. So like, yeah, there is an element of that, but it's all fascinating. And in the meantime, it's couched within like these incredible moments that like you watch some of them happen. You're just like, oh, God, I wish I'd been there. He, very early on in the show, he just grabs, he says, where's a young person? And so he's like looking for a kid through like early 20s. And he's like, he brings up a young woman and he has Glamdring and like the actual sword from the movies. And he gives it to her to unsheath. And then he pulls out Gandalf's hat and he puts it on and he takes a selfie with her and he's like going through all these things and he's like, do you know who that is? And she's just like overwhelmed and she's like, I don't know. And he's like, well, I'll tell Patrick Stewart he's not as famous as me. And he's like just doing all this stuff and it's just like, and then the second half of the show is just like he goes through and has the audience call out Shakespeare plays and he has something to say about almost every single one of them.
It's just amazing.
And in some cases does entire passages from them, and it's just like it's crazy. He's so good. He has this great bit that runs through it about people who always tell him that they read Lord of the Rings once every year, and then he holds up the book and just flips through all the pages. It's just showing how long this is, and he's like, I don't believe you. But I just, it's such a good piece. I would highly
I want to see that so bad now.
I am rewatching, or I guess watching for the first time, Ted Lasso season 2.
Oh, okay.
I love that show. It's just such a breath of fresh air. It's funny when like one of the big dramatic plot lines is like there's a therapist that comes in, a sports therapist that comes in to help the team, and there's this big conflict about whether Ted is too nice. And if this sports therapist doesn't like him for being too nice. And it's like, these are some of the conflicts in the show. And you're just like, a lot of the characters are a real breath of fresh air.
Nice.
And it's just, I really love that show.
Now, how is, because I've heard from a lot of people that the second season kind of was a dip in quality.
I've enjoyed it a lot, honestly. And I mean, I'm only a few episodes in, but so far it's been really fun. And just the characterizations, you just fall right back into everything. Nice. You're not confused by anything. It just feels like a natural progression of the show. So so far I've been really enjoying it. The other big thing that we've been watching is Blue-Eyed Samurai, which is on Netflix.
Okay. So
Blue-Eyed Samurai is an anime from a few years ago. And it is Ghost of Yotei.
Oh, really?
So it's one of those things where it's like, I turned to Kelly and I was like, so which came first? Because like literally as I'm going through this show, they'll make references to things and I'll know what that is because I played Ghost of Yotei and they made the same reference.
You said Blue-Eyed
Samurai
right?
came out first. It came out in the early 2020s, and Ghost of Yotei, of course, came out last year. But it's just very funny. You have a lead female character who has been shunned or in some way made wrong in the world, and she's out on a revenge tour, and she's unstoppable and great at what she does, and she's had this rough upbringing as a result of her heritage, and she's referred to as an Onryo, which is like a demon. It's the same, like the whole thing progresses exactly the same. It's hilarious. So Blue-Eyed Samurai is about a samurai of mixed race. So they open the show and they're like, there are only 4 white men in all of Japan. And so this woman's mission is to kill all 4 of them, because one of them is her dad, and all of them are evil in one way or another.
Oh.
And
well, then.
She's just so mad at being born that she is going to kill whoever her father was. Also, I think it's implied that her dad raped her mom, if I remember correctly. Oh. So like there's a lot of couched reasons for all of this. And you know, of course, all the men are inherently evil as we've met them so far. But it's just like, it's so beautifully animated. It doesn't look like an anime. It is closer to the movie. Did you watch Klaus on Netflix?
Yes.
It's much closer to that style of animation. Gotcha. A little less cartoony, a little less Looney Tunes, a little more serious. But then it also has the gore levels of like a Game of Thrones.
Oh, well, there we go.
So it's just like lots of blood spray, lots of people being sliced in half, lots of gore, lots of entrails, lots of ceiling splatter, lots of people cleaning up blood off walls. It's like a lot. But I'm really enjoying it. I think it's just, right now I'm just taking it in stride as like, it's just funny that these two are, we'll say, so similar.
Yes.
we'll call it so similar and not anything else. We'll call it parallel thinking.
Well, they came out, so Blue-Eyed Samurai came out in 2023.
Yeah.
Which you assume Ghost of Yotei's probably been in production. Yeah. It came out in 2025.
Yes.
Right, Ghost of Yotei?
Which means it was probably in production in 2023 or 2022.
I would say maybe even before that, because COVID pushed everything.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to assume potentially, because I can't remember when the first Ghost game came out. Was that 2020 when the first? So. Because you got to assume that they were starting to work on the sequel probably right away. Yeah. So they were in production simultaneously, I bet.
Yeah, we came to the same conclusion.
And I'm just wondering, though, do the showrunner and the game producer know each other?
Did they talk one night?
Was
there a conversation?
Which, honestly, having it as a companion to one another is probably not a bad thing, because then you could say to somebody who watched the anime, hey, if you really like that,
go play Ghost
get a PS5, play it, and vice versa.
Yeah, exactly. Go get a Netflix subscription.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, but I do love it a lot. The animation is beautiful. There's a really fun character we meet early on who has lost both of his hands.
Oh.
And he's just really jolly and friendly. He's slightly autistic coded just because the way that he approaches everything is so out of sync with anything going on around him. And so he just doesn't seem to have any kind of the same mentalities as any of the people going on. But he's also incredibly stealthy to the point where our hero has to tie a bell on him to keep track of where he is because he keeps sneaking up on her.
Well, that is interesting.
She tries to... So at the beginning of the show is she goes into a shop, a tea shop, and he is very kind and serves her, and he is berated by a lot of the customers and made bad, and his father is abusive, and everybody just makes fun of him because he doesn't have his hands, and he's a little, we'll say,
pudgy.
Yeah. And so he
friend-shaped.
Yes.
He's happy.
But he ultimately is saved by this woman and decides to follow her and doesn't know that it's a woman. She tries to pawn him off on a brothel and leaves him there for 3 days. And then he sneaks up on her and sees her naked, and he's like, "Oh, I know what this is now. I have a new frame of reference for what's happening." I love it. It's a really good show. The B plot is so far a little we'll see. There's a princess, and there's a whole line about having to dye her teeth black, and her samurai boyfriend is he's lost his honor and now he's on this mission.
Oh, weird.
It's just I don't know if I care about this. I'm kind of more interested in the other thing that's happening. So we'll see what goes on with that. But so far I'm liking that a lot.
Nice.
The last thing I wanted to talk about really quick is I have it here on the table, the new Ultimate Spider-Man. I got it.
Ooh.
I got it because if you'll look, I don't know how, but they have put me in the comic book. So this is...
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Peter Parker looks like you now.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I'm not saying he's an exact copy of me. I'm just saying... It's not far off.
But I don't understand the beard. That would look weird under his mask.
Yeah, they don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Well, so what's going on here? This requires a little backstory. So Peter Parker in this is 35 and is married to Mary Jane Watson, and they have 2 kids. And Ben Parker is alive. May Parker just died. Just died.
Just of old age.
No.
Oh.
So what happened was, in the original Ultimate Universe, at some point, there was a crisis-level event where a bunch of universes were collapsing in on each other. Mm-hmm. The Ultimate Reed Richards is actually the big villain of the Ultimate Universe.
Okay.
He goes by the Maker. He's just a super evil genius monster, because it's Reed Richards with all of the knowledge of Reed Richards, but he's bent on destroying or recreating reality as he wants it. Mm-hmm. So he's done that in this. And as part of that, he has basically stopped a bunch of superheroes from having their origins. Mm-hmm. So they just never had that happen, and then they go back on with their lives.
Gotcha.
And so there's just no superhumans in this world, because the Maker and all of his various cronies have been going around kind of making sure that these events that would have happened don't happen. Mm-hmm. Tony Stark, at some point, finds out about this and goes to stop it, and is going through this whole process of trying to stop this, and as a part of that, sends out these kind of drones to people that would have been superheroes with a starter kit for being superheroes. And it's kind of like House of M, where they the people, everybody has a different origin now, but everybody feels like something's wrong. And it's kind of like that, where Peter is I just feel my life's great and I don't have anything to complain about, but something's wrong, something's missing. And so he gets this orb, and it's Tony being hey, what's going on? This is what's going on. But also, the Maker has framed Tony via a giant terrorist attack that kills, among others, Aunt May.
Oh.
And so now it's this leap of faith of
interesting.
Tony sent him this thing with instructions and basically gives him the chance to be Spider-Man, and as part of that, he gets a nanotech suit.
Okay.
So that could be the explanation as to why he doesn't appear to have a beard under his suit, is because it's not a cloth suit, it's a nanotech suit.
Okay.
And so, but so far I'm really liking it. It's really interesting. I'm 5 chapters in right now. I have a little bit more to go, and I think there's several more chapters that have come out. But so far it's really interesting.
Nice.
It's fascinating that both DC and Marvel seem to be doing the same thing, because the Absolute Universe, if you've ever heard of the Absolute Universe, Absolute Batman and whatnot, it's the same thing. Darkseid has gone through and made sure that these people that would have had superhero inclinations and stories don't have the same history, with the idea being that they don't have the ability to come to power and stop him. Mm-hmm. And so it's the same thing. It's just interesting, as long as we're talking about parallel thoughts, it's just interesting that both DC and Marvel are doing the exact same storyline right now in the Ultimate Universe in Marvel and the Absolute Universe in DC. And both, for the record, are getting really good reviews. Mm-hmm. I've not heard anybody complain about either.
But unfortunately, neither of them can transition it over to the film side of things.
No.
They seem to fuck it up along the way, which is amazing.
But it's just fun. It's I'm reading this, and it's just nice to be, the Uatu, the Watcher of sorts. Yes. Of knowing all the beats and what should be happening and where things could be going. Mm-hmm. And so you meet Harry Osborn, and you find out that Norman Osborn was killed in the attack, as well as Aunt May. And that Harry is now the Green Goblin, and Harry's married to Gwen Stacy. And you just think, I've seen this story a lot of times, and in a lot of them, the Green Goblin kills Gwen Stacy. So I'm just wondering, how's this gonna go? So, but I'm very much enjoying this, and I probably will look for more books in the series. Also.